What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 43 of Buckets of Duckets. This is your host, Chase Myers in Seattle, Washington. Down there in Louisiana is my co-host, the one, Josh Watts.
This is episode 43. That is 22 more than 21, which means if you were old enough to drink in episode numbers, you could also bring another person and still have one over. 43 is also the number of presidents, the president number that Bill Clinton was. And if that doesn't tell you what this episode is going to be about, then I don't know what else to tell you, buddy. Illuminati, open that third eye up. 43?
Was he the 43rd president?
I was hoping nobody was going to fact check that, bro. Come on.
Oh, dude, people pay attention to the math.
Don't you make me look like an asshole in front of these shitheads.
Hold on. Yeah, you're right. We don't owe these shitheads nothing. He was the fucking 43rd president. I dare you to fucking say otherwise. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching on YouTube.
What's up, shitheads? This is episode 43. And that's it. Take that.
That's all.
You're welcome.
My bad, bro. I fucking stepped over your bit. YouTube people, what's up? You see how pretty we are. Josh is wearing a beanie. That's new.
You like that? You like that?
I do like it. I do like it a lot. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, all the things. Tell a bunch of friends. Podcast listeners, how you doing? How do we sound?
Up?
I know we sound good.
Fucking
I know
good.
we sound good.
Y'all's dicks and pussies are getting hard right now.
As we speak.
Tons of hard pussies.
It's a lot of responsibility whenever you're talking and you know these pussies are getting hard out there. Like, it really makes me take it to another level just to think about all these wet dicks and hard pussies.
Sometimes when I walk around the house in a sleeveless shirt, Michelle, my wife's pussy gets so hard that she can't even walk right. It's really funny to watch her try to like tuck her hard pussy in. It just
becomes like concrete. Suddenly she just can't move anything.
She tries to move it around and like hide the hard pussy, but you can see a hard pussy straight through jeans. Even
I can always notice it. I've never missed one. Every time I see a hard pussy, I point it out. I point with both fingers. I point both hands.
Look at that hard puss!
Holy shit! Look at that. Yeah, it's good.
And that is made out of a slab. Oh.
So, I think what we're trying to say here is, podcast listeners, go ahead and hit subscribe, leave a comment, 5-star review on Apple Podcast. Hey, what's up, Josh? Anything happened to you this week? Like your child tried to ruin our show again? Or
man, yesterday.
By the way, with all due respect, that sounded like I had a fight. Like I got beef now with your kid. I love him.
Man.
So
man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he's pretty cool. Fuck that kid right now. We beefing hard.
Okay. All right.
Yesterday he walked outside and the internet just stopped working. And I'm on the phone. I have a friend who is a manager, like up in AT&T. He listens to the show. Hi, Dwayne.
What up, Dwayne?
And I called him and was like, "Hey, the internet went out again," which would be like the 5th time in 2 weeks.
Yeah. So we've had, probably longer than that. We've probably had 3 weeks now of internet issues on your side.
And it was always something else. Like I had 3 texts come out in a week to try to fix my internet, and this time. So I called again. I was like, "This fucking shit is out again. Can you believe this?" And Dwayne was like, "Well, did anything happen? Like, did anybody pull anything?" I was like, "No, it just went out." And when I walked around the side of the house, apparently my son, like the cable is stapled along the side of the house, and then it goes into the bedroom where it becomes, the internet. That's how it works. It goes through the wall, and then it's the internet.
Yeah, I had a science class. I remember. I remember how this works. I attached the potato to the. I know.
Yeah, to Google and right. Yeah. But apparently, my son saw this loop of cable that was pulled into the house and was like, "Nah," and he just grabbed it and he fucking yanked it. He pulled the whole fiber optic cable out of my house and just left it dangling on the side of the house like some fucking asshole.
He's like, "Not today, FBI."
You know the worst part about it
You're not tapping my house.
Guess who was the biggest whiny ass bitch about not having the internet and YouTube Kids to watch? Guess who was whining about it? Was it me? Nah, it was a little asshole who pulled the fucking cable out of the house. Maybe next time, if you're gonna do it, don't be a baby about it, huh?
High consequences. Nice to see you. Why? What are you here for? Oh, because I did something.
Why don't you nut up? You're almost 3 years old, all right? Nut up, put some hair on your balls, and stop pulling on the internet cable. And if you do, fucking deal with it. Go read a book. Find a kid. Rob a bank. Something.
Right? Dude, by the time I was 3 years old, I was stealing my neighbor's cable, okay? All right? I don't know what you're doing over there, but it's not
I've
right.
been to jail twice by the time I was 4. I'd served 2 sentences. Life.
Life. I served 2 life sentences before kindergarten. That's right.
Hey, bro, you want me to tell you what I did earlier today?
Tell me. Let me hear it.
I took a cookie that is made with edible marijuana, right?
Okay. Oh, shit. You can eat it?
Yeah. But then I took, you know how I have this chocolate that's got mushroom in it?
Oh, I'm very aware of that, yeah.
I melted that chocolate and I rolled that cookie around in it and then I put it in the freezer and then I ate it. And I still haven't come back. It's fucking great.
That's the most genius thing I've ever heard. That's what I love about weed is whenever you think that you found all the ways to consume it, there's always something new. You could fucking you could sprinkle like mushrooms on top of it.
I looked like one of those.
You could do a mushroom drizzle on your marijuana cupcake.
I looked like one of those pamphlets they give out in high school career day where I'm like holding up a beaker and looking at it with a light. I fucking had a lab coat on. I figured that shit out. And, man, it's just been everything's been beautiful today. It's just been beautiful.
I can imagine, dude.
Everything's been great. I had to take my kid to the doctor. And then we took pictures with the Easter Bunny. A huge, terrifying, frightening-looking Easter Bunny suit.
Man, is that time already?
Yeah,
what's up with Easter Bunny costume technology? Why is it still terrifying? Why?
All right.
Why haven't we found? I've seen terrifying pictures of the Easter Bunny since photography's been around. Like, how is that possible?
They want you to be terrified of the Easter Bunny because you know who runs Easter? Big Christmas. That's why. They want you to hate the Easter Bunny so that you love Santa even more. So Santa's a big fat jolly dude.
Santa shit.
This bunny got cross-eyed and it's 6 colors and is wobbling at your children like this. And it's not the edible with the shroom chocolate you ate. That's for sure.
Never has been. That never been the problem.
That rabbit's fur is definitely changing colors in front of your face. And yeah, he probably is going to eat your kids. And you are not unreasonable for yelling that out loud.
You're just being a father. That's what I hear. That's what I hear there.
I had to take Zoe to the doctor, and she's 5 now, so they're weighing her and doing her height and all that. And dude, she's in the 98th percentile for height. She's 3'11".
Okay.
Yeah, dude, she is fucking tall.
Put a basketball in her hand.
I'm already on. You think I'm joking? I've put the Fisher-Price basketball goal up in the backyard to see if she was into it before I start buying training camp.
Oh, I remember. I've seen that already. Yeah. Before she has a bunch of showcases.
Yeah. And then today. And
tell her to dribble with her left. That's the most important part.
When she got to the doctor, all she was worried about was if she had to get a shot. So she just kept every person in the doctor's office. Every person. Do I have to get a shot? And Lay's like, I don't know. I'm just checking you in. And then she's like, okay, but I'm 5. So do I have to get a shot? And you can tell the lady's like, I hope not. She's at everybody. And then whenever that she finally found out, she asked every nurse, every person, other kids that were getting weighed by doctors, she asked them. The second she found out she wasn't getting a shot, she asked me to take a picture to show her mom.
Yeah. You see that? Yeah, I can see it. It's a great picture.
She has her thumb up and her hand on her hip. She was so excited. So for like 20 minutes going into the doctor, all she talked about was if she has to get a shot. And then the last 20 minutes were how she doesn't have to get a shot. And I miss the enthusiasm for life that she has. She walked in the back of that doctor's office and there was just people back there and she goes, hey, I was 4.5 the last time I was here, but this time I'm 5 and I'm back. And I was like, dude, yeah, that's what you fucking tell them.
Yeah, you goddamn right. Hey, just so you thought you were still fucking with the same 4.5-year-old?
Nah, dude.
5 over here now. I'm a whole hand in your face. That's what I'm talking about.
And then she said, y'all can hate me now. And I was like, what?
What? She's banging on her chest. Hey, all right, baby.
So the doctor wanted to look at, the bite she has, the scar on her face that we're healing up. He wanted to see. He hasn't seen her since it happened.
From that knife fight she was in?
Right, from her knife fight in Taiwan. So she's looking, hey, look,
She's lived a life, okay?
Don't try to traffic a child who's fluent with a switchblade. That's all I'm going to tell you. You get what you get. You get what you get. So the doctor he pulled her mask down to see her scar, and he told her, you're a beautiful girl. And she goes, I know. And then he kind of stopped us down. She goes, people tell me that all the time. And I was like, hey, I do. I tell her that every day of her life, I guess. But it was so funny to hear that. I know, motherfucker. People tell me all the time.
Do I gotta get a shot or not? Huh? How about that? That's what I'm here to find out.
Then we went to the mall out here, the mall, Louisiana, to take a picture of the Easter Bunny. And I haven't been to the mall in a while.
You ain't been to the new mall in a while?
The new mall. Yeah, the new mall. Everything it's sad.
Is everything closed down in there? Or?
Yeah, it's getting that. The food court, maybe half of the stuff is still there. It's Izzo's is gone. It's sad, man. It's starting to. I'm from the 80s. I'm an 80s kid, so malls were a big deal to me as a teenager, and it's sad to see them go. And then you have them. Every town has their mall, and then the new one comes, and that mall slowly becomes just jewelry shops, and then a pawn shop, and then you can get your license in that mall all of a sudden.
Yeah, they start being just any business. Do you have a business? Get in here.
You need to buy a walker? Come on down to the store right next to Dillard's. No, we're not GameStop anymore. We sell walkers and toilet plungers and calendars of cats. But it was kind of sad. But they're opening an aquarium in that mall.
Well, I like that.
They've where Hollister and a couple other bullshit ass stores used to be. They've blown out.
I've never been more
shit.
Intimidated by a store than Hollister. Hollister is terrifying to me. It's dark. They're playing loud music. Everybody's sexy. I don't like it.
I've never felt more uncool than when I wanted to buy Hollister clothes and had to go. I would stand outside and pay somebody hey, come here. I'll give you $20. You go into Hollister and buy me an $80 beanie.
I don't have Doc Martens on. They won't accept me.
We were going to take pictures of the Easter Bunny, and like I said, I ate an edible with shroom chocolate on it earlier. Mm-hmm. And this is probably me the whole time they were taking I was just standing in the back, and she's like, "You want to go set the kids up with a bunny?" And I was like, "Nah."
Just wide-eyed. Nah. I'm really at peace right where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to throw off my vibes. It's just.
So I have
a good time here.
I have prescription sunglasses that are the same frames as my eyeglasses, because I like to see when the sun is out. Also.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
But I also forget sometimes, so I just walk around in places with sunglasses on like an asshole because I forget. Because they're prescription, so I can see, so I just forget. And I was standing there, and oh man. And I finally just pulled my glasses down on my face and all right, we're cool. Everything's cool. Like, yep. And then we got over, I set everybody up, and I'm just happy. I'm at peace. And I looked at that goddamn terrifying Easter Bunny suit. Nah, dude. My reaction to it was the same as Henry's. Oh, man.
Henry didn't like him?
You would have thought I was like pushing him into a gas chamber. He was fighting for his life. He saw the Easter Bunny and then looked at me and was like, "There's no fucking way. Nope."
No.
And he says, he does this with his finger. Like he shakes one finger.
He matumbos his finger.
And I'm like, "Nah, dude, you have to." And then it started becoming more like, And then finally, we get that picture where Zoe's happy and smiling, and he looks like he's about to be eaten. And he's just purple in his face, screaming and reaching out for us, and we're laughing behind the camera at him with strangers. It's probably traumatizing for him. I don't care, but I can imagine.
Well, at least y'all documented the trauma forever. I'm sure you're
at least
gonna
they
hang
paid
up
for it to be documented.
Yeah. It's so funny that, like, no child likes those fucking animals and stuff like that, and yet parents, just every year just line up and
Michelle,
wait to terrify their
it
kids.
was a big deal to Michelle that we get one with Santa when they were little of them crying real hard because that's like a funny thing to traumatize your
Yeah,
child.
yeah, your
And
wife
when it
saw.
was Zoe, when it was with Zoe, the first one, I was like, "No, we can't know what's wrong with you." And then when it was Henry, I was like, "Nah, let's make him think we left. Throw him at Santa, and we'll run out of the door and see what happens."
I remember that, like, whenever I stopped believing in Santa had a lot to do with, like, taking those pictures. Was because, like, one time I remember it was just like the first time you started asking logical questions. Like, that was the dude, like, that was him. Like, yeah. I was like, so the North Pole guy, that's him. Yeah. And you're like, okay. Well, I noticed he was wearing like a suit that kind of was like the dude that I remember. He was wearing a suit that was like not the actual suit. It was like it was like a rubber kind of like went over like his clothes that he normally had on. Like, I don't know if I'm describing that right, but like yeah, and it like I could see that. I was like, well, he's not even like it's not even the real suit. Like, this is not even the thing. What? And I just wanted to believe so bad that I just stopped asking questions. I was like, nope. I just because at that age, you think like, well, if I stop believing, they're gonna stop giving me gifts.
Yep,
And
I'll stop
I
getting
did that.
stuff.
I did that math. I was like, nah, I'll believe till I'm 37. I don't give a fuck.
Do you remember? All right, I'll tell us. Last year or this past Christmas, we went and took a picture out here at the hotel out here on the North Shore with Santa Claus, and Santa and Mrs. Claus took a picture. We left the mask on our kids. You didn't have to, but we did. And he asked Zoe what she wanted for Christmas, and she leaned in and whispered in his ear. And then when they took the picture, he had a face like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I made a post about it on social media about how like what it zoomed in on it. Haha, look at what he said to her or whatever. That Santa fucking died like a month ago.
How do you know that?
It was in the paper. It was in the paper.
Like, Santa's dead?
Yeah, it was a big headline. Tell your children Santa's dead. Not enough of you believed in him, so tell them it's their fault that Santa's dead. If they would have just listened, he'd still be alive to give them presents. But it was like a really funny because they asked us, they're like, "Are you sure you want to leave the mask on?" And I'm paranoid, so I was like, "Yeah, leave the mask on." And he was like, "We've been taking tons of pictures we've taken a lot of pictures without mask, and now he's dead." So
Yeah. Also, that is a horrible argument.
yeah,
no, you should take your mask off because people have been walking up to me without their mask all day.
I know. I think he was of that mindset where they're like, "Oh, children can't get this, so don't worry about it." Like, I think that was but where'd that get him? Right?
Well, shit. Let's dance on this man's grave some more.
No, look, I'm just saying that some of you fucks still don't want to wear masks in grocery stores, and coronavirus has taken goddamn Chris fucking Kringle from us. And now y'all still think this ain't real? Santa's dead, bitches! Wear a mask!
What you did.
Mask tits up and wear your mask, you fucks! God damn it, Santa!
And it's like they don't even care, bro. It's like they don't even care. I'm all teared up.
Just so we're clear, I mean like the actual human being, not like a real human person died.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was clear on that. I know. Was it from COVID that he died? Or
no, I don't
how
know.
did he die?
Gunshot. No, I'm just kidding.
Elf shot him.
It was a heroin overdose.
Yeah.
That heroin.
That's that shit, man. It'll get you.
I was going to do a bit when I was like, that's a real human that died, but it kept making me laugh to myself so much that I forgot what the bit that I wanted to say was. So then I just kept saying it's a real human that died and then laughed really hard about it. Well, guys, don't die on my watch. Don't die on my watch. I won't laugh at you. I won't tell you.
Yeah, look, we don't respect the dead here, okay? One bit.
It's gonna hurt his feelings? Y'all gonna tell him? You gonna dig Sand up and tell him I'm laughing about him being dead on a podcast? He ain't gonna like that. First of all, I think that's voodoo. I'm pretty sure. Every time I've heard about anybody digging up a body, it's voodoo. Don't just tell me that's because I'm from New Orleans either, bro.
It ain't that. It ain't
that. Ain't it. That ain't it. It's because it's goddamn voodoo. Y'all act like I don't know.
They got voodoo up here too. Okay, I'll be pointing out voodoo to all these Seattle folks.
You think I don't know voodoo? I got a Papa Shango action figure right there. Tell me I don't know voodoo when I see it.
Shit.
He made oil ooze out the Ultimate Warrior's head, bro. Come on.
I was just about to say, what if I just started bleeding green right now?
When you look at that now, that's so dumb. But as a kid, I was like, oh my God! Ultimate Warrior's brain is melting! I was very upset and concerned.
Yeah.
Turns out, he was just a bigot.
Just a regular old bigot. Just a huge, muscly bigot. Just so strong that you wouldn't even say that he's a bigot to his face. That's how big and strong he was. He's
so big and strong, you just let him be a bigot.
You just like, I guess, look, you can't win them all over, and I guess, he's just, I have a feeling that he's not going to listen to my words.
So who shit their pants this week in your life? Anybody?
Oh, dude. So, yeah, I work with this guy. No, I'm just playing.
I got really excited there for a second. I was like, wait, what?
What? Oh, dude, yeah. It was such a hit last week that I've just been searching through all my memories of, all right, who shit they pants? Who shit they pants?
I've been putting Visine in people's drinks around me just so they will shit the pants so I can talk about it on the podcast.
It's so good. It's so
I killed 3 people.
It's such good. What was that?
3 people with Visine poison. And I was like, oh, man. Y'all was supposed to just shit yourself.
But when they die, guess what happens?
But guess what? I got a podcast, bro. I got to get.
They shit themselves when they die. That's what happens, Josh. So it worked out. So I was killing these 3 strangers,
that's the circle of life. That's the circle of. I did this in case y'all didn't know what the circle is. That's the circle of life.
It helped me. It helped me for sure. I did do a show. So I did an open mic 2 nights ago. I did it.
This is your first open mic in a while, right?
Yeah, I've been getting paid for my performances. I've been getting them ducats. But my bucket runneth over right now, so I decided to give a free night and go.
That's gracious of you.
Make sure I thought it was. I thought it was.
Donate your talents for free.
I donated 8 minutes of my life. I just donated it just for free.
They give you 8 minutes at open mic that they have 75 people signing up for?
I closed it, bro.
Bro, I'm going to tell you right now, hey, if you're listening to this podcast or you're watching this YouTube and you don't know how to tell if somebody has a huge swinging comedy dick, that's how they do it right there. There's 75 people at an open mic doing half a minute apiece. And he goes up and does 8 minutes and closes it while the owner of the bar was licking on his nuts. That's what happens, bro. That's how you know. What happened.
I didn't really.
I just pointed a frozen comb like I'm being intimidating. The motherfucker. That's what happens, bro. Olaf. Don't fuck around. 8 minutes, bro.
Yeah. So here, that's funny you actually mentioned that. So the way that open mic works
is that's why I mentioned
is you. Look, I just want to give you your roses. That's all. It was funny. And so. It's an open mic at the Tacoma Comedy Club. You got to send in your avails a fucking month before that you're available. And no, I still did. I still play the game. I can show up, but I like to play humble. It makes me it makes the people think that they can be like me.
I like that you mentioned I could just show up, but I like to.
I like to play by the rules. I don't like to show
like you normals.
I don't like to just show my comedy dick all the time. It's just I pull out enough to win. You know what I'm saying? And that's so I got the. They do pick a closer every time. Everybody does 4 minutes. There's a closer that does 8 minutes, right? And so I go up, close it out, and I was like, all right. In my head, I didn't really have anything new. I had like some new. We were talking last week about the cancel culture stuff and how Pepe Le Pew should be allowed to rape any cartoon character that he feels.
I remember you saying that specifically.
Yeah, well, that's what everybody else is saying. I was just reporting. I'm just reporting that it's ridiculous that that they canceled that character. That is important character in all of our lives. Who, I mean, I go every year and take a picture with Rapey the skunk. And some of my favorite memories is going every May.
Rapey the skunk.
Yeah, and, yeah, it's so I was thinking about, I don't know, talking about that because I do have this whole thought lately of like I don't understand.
Rapey the skunk. Oh, fuck that. Oh man, I'm texting my wife right now in the middle of recording because I don't want to forget that. Chase just called Pepe Le Pew Rapey the skunk. Bro, that's really good.
So I wanted to go up on stage and say that, right? I was going to make this whole point about how we've always wanted to, like, we're acting like cancel culture is new. It's kind of the thought that I've had in my mind and I was trying to think of like other times that we've got upset over things. And I was like, and so that was like kind of playing around in my head. And I went up on stage and I was like, well, I'm going to do one thing to get me over and get a laugh. And I've lost my host. I'm too funny for my co-host right now. My co-host is completely checked out.
Bro, Rapey the skunk, my eyes are watering. That's so fucking funny to me. Oh man, that hit so right. Goddamn.
What a child you are.
Oh, fuck. God damn it, that's so funny. I'm almost embarrassed. Like my eyes are watering, my stomach hurts. I'm trying to hold in laughter at that so hard. I wasn't expecting it, and it just came out of nowhere, and it was beautiful. Rapey the skunk. God damn it. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on your story. I didn't mean to. Look,
I didn't look.
You're too good. You're too good sometimes. Wasn't prepped.
I look, to quote Zoe, I know people tell me all the time, okay? People tell me every day. So I decide I want to start with something I know will work. Because it's dangerous just to go up there and be like, you fucking pussies are upset over Rapey the skunk. Like I just wasn't like, I was like,
it makes it so much funnier to picture you saying it to all the like the super liberal base of Seattle to see. Oh god damn.
Yeah. I mean, I am on their side. I am on super liberal.
No,
Seattle
dude, I
side,
love rape, and so do you. Don't back down from
it. I just, I like to present every side, and that's what makes shit funny. Chris Rock said a good comedian should be able to argue both sides. Get off of this, Josh. You're gonna get us in trouble. You gotta keep it moving. This line of jokes is cancel culture, bro. It's gonna get us.
Just to be clear, damn it. I very much don't like rape. I don't like it at all.
Yeah, we're not fans over here. I hate it.
I went for the joke. Don't cancel our podcast unless just don't.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it. You fucking pussies. You beta cuck pussies. I'm sorry, man. All right. Rapey the skunk really fucked my head up. All right, I'm back in the game. I'm back now. All right.
So I want to start my set with something I know will work.
Uh-huh.
And so I got this opening line to this thing where I'm like, the people ask me why I moved from Louisiana to Washington State. Pause for a long time. Wait for them to beg for it. You know what I'm saying? And then I go, I'm not gonna lie. Legal marijuana had a lot to do with that move, right? And it just eruption. People are
sucking dick and throwing.
There's not a pussy that's not hard. There's not a dick that's not wet. It's pandemonium whenever I do this, right? And so I know because this joke has 1,000% hit rate. It's never not hit. And so I go up and sure as shit, it fucking destroys. The room has to settle. And whenever I say Louisiana, huge, like half the fucking room lights up. And I was like, God damn, what happened? So then I stop. I do a little crowd work, get amongst the people.
What you do for a living?
What you do over there, tight shirt? What you got going on with this tight ass shirt? And
look at that tight ass shirt, boy.
I said, what's up? What? So your tight shirt comes from Louisiana? And he was like, yeah, from Louisiana. I'm from Shreveport. No, he was like, I'm from Alexandria. And so, I got to do that perfect thing. Where I was like, Man, you ain't from Louisiana. Everybody fucking dies laughing, just getting it right. But I have all these Louisiana. I got this drive-through daiquiri thing or whatever,
dude.
and there's like literally 3 tables of people that are from Louisiana, and so I go like, fuck it, and I call audible, and then I just do all my Louisiana stuff. It's fucking killing, but this is an open mic, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I'm doing material that I know will work. It fucking kills. I got 8. By the time I get done, it's 7 minutes in.
Sometimes you just murder an open mic just to remind people.
Look, yeah, and so I do the whole thing, and then I come off stage, and I felt, it was good, but I just felt cheap, and I was telling 2 of the other guys, and I was like, yeah, man, I was like, I didn't mean to like go off on stuff that I knew would work. I was like, I kind of, I feel that's what it says. I felt cheap. I should have done something new, and then the one dude I was talking to is the guy that actually books it, and he was like, man, if you want me to, I'll throw you on some more like 4-minute spots so you don't feel the need to like have to kill at the end or whatever. And I was like, yeah, that might actually work. And like a newer comic was like walking by, and he like he like heard this happen, and he stopped, and he was like, oh man, I'm getting too many closing spots. And I was like, you're absolutely right. I was like, how ridiculous am I being right now? I was like, no, I close every time I fucking want to come in here, Josh. That's the way way this works. And yeah, but I really did have like a moment like where I was like, oh man, I was like, I think I would rather just do 4 minutes in the middle and blend into the crowd, but I can't do that. That ain't...
Nah, bro. You let your beautiful wings out and you fucking soar with the angels where you belong. You hear me? You don't grovel down here with the mongrels. You stay up there and you fucking soar. You soar, you beautiful bird.
Thanks, man. I really needed to hear that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It is funny because I do feel like I've been very blessed with comedy coming back, that I've like, dude, so I've worked 4 club weekends in 2 months. You know what I'm saying? The comedy just came back. I got booked to feature and all these things. And those were like my getting back into it shows. We're doing 30-minute sets a clip. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but I don't feel comfortable yet on stage. I don't, it's gonna take a little. Like I'm doing fine. You know what I'm saying? Like it's there, but it's just I know how tuned I have been, and so. But it feels weird because when I start saying that, I'm like, I've convinced myself somehow that getting to feature at clubs is like a bad thing. Like I don't like comics are never fucking happy. It's never happy. Nope. Like, it's probably not good that I'm like immediately getting booked on everybody's stuff because
it's probably bad that they're paying me for this.
Yeah, because I just I'm only killing for like 25 of the 30 minutes, not the whole 30 like I'm used to, and so it's just there's like 2 minutes where it's kind of like and I feel like they don't like me, so like I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I'll quit.
April is it'll be almost a year and a half, and I was trying to decide, should I do an open mic first? But nah, dude, I want to go up fucking dick ass raw and just get up there, and I'm gonna be like, quarantine, huh? I've been inside. How about y'all?
That's been crazy.
And then I'm gonna talk about what else I want to talk about.
What else? These lights are bright. Man, these lights are bright.
I'm going to say that 8 times. How long I got? How much time I got? A minute? All right, I think I got one. Hold
on. What else I want?
But I am
Anybody got any questions?
Because I was trying to think of my set and like trying to put it. And I need to do it. I can't think it out. Like I need to do it a couple times. Like I can't write a joke out without, I need to do it.
Yeah, me and you both have that thing where
I'm thinking about it, and it's getting in my head. Just give me the microphone and let me, Yeah. But I'm so fucking ready, man. I'm dying. And
how long are the sets? How long are the sets on Drunk, Sober, High, or whatever the fuck they call it?
I'm doing 45 minutes.
Okay,
the time that I'm allotted.
Yeah. You got to show them you a headliner. You goddamn right.
Yeah, the time they might not know by the level of comedy material that I'm bringing that I'm a headliner, but they'll know I'm a headliner by the way I don't leave the stage. I just stay
exactly. There. Yeah, or you fucking wave them off. I remember. So there's this guy Ty Barnett, and he's you get the fuck out of here, all right? There's this guy Ty Barnett.
No. I'm still going.
Completely just wave him off. Get out of here. Ty Barnetti's a guy. He's done a Tonight Show. He's been on TV, stuff like that. He comes out to Seattle a lot to work out material, and it's always funny because he blows the light so bad every time. And one time he was at the club that I was at a couple nights ago, Tacoma Comedy Club, and whoever was working the light like just didn't know him. Like it'll be like, so at that club it'll be like a dude who's literally his job is the fucking light. Like it's not like, and it's not the host or whatever. It's so you know, they tell Ty he's got like, they give him like 6 minutes or something like that, and
nobody cares that he goes over normally, right?
No. It does, but it is always funny because he'll do like the same like 5 at the beginning that just fucking crushes. Like every time I see him, it's the same 5 to start, and then he'll start fucking around and go. So he's doing like a version of what I was trying to do,
right?
But I ended up using all my time, and so anyway, he starts going into his thing, and the light at Tacoma Comedy Club for the open mic is different than for like paid shows. The light at the open mic is literally, it's bright as fuck, and it says like it says, I forget what, I think it just says the light is what it says. It's as big as like, it's like a Budweiser sign.
Right.
That says
That's
the
awesome.
light. And yeah, so there's no denying it. The whole fucking audience can feel that you got the light, you know what I'm saying? Like it, because the room is now a little bit lighter, and
Right.
And he did basically what we were talking about, where he just kept going, and the dude kept lighting him because he had never experienced somebody blow the light at the open mic there, and he didn't know who Ty was, and so he kept lighting him, and then finally Ty just stopped, and he goes, "Hey man, I see it, okay? I promise you, I see it. We're good." And then he did like another 3 minutes and got off stage. Hey, cut that shit out.
Hey!
Yeah, ball. Nah, we don't give me the light.
So I just
no, I was about to say he's just got it good. He's got the way that I want to be. I want to be able to just drop in.
Tell the light guy to fuck off.
And tell the light guy, I'm pretty close, dude. Give me another year and a half. I'll be telling everybody to eat my asshole. But you know, right now I'm still sending in my emails with avails. But pretty soon it's gonna be.
I'm telling you, dude. Once I'm vaccinated, I'm coming up there and I'm gonna ride your coattails. I'm gonna tell everybody, you know who my friend is. And they're doing that. I try to walk backstage and they stop me and be like, "Hey, do you know who my best friend is? Chase motherfucking Myers." That's right. Get your fucking hands on me. I'll have your job by tomorrow.
That's what the fuck I thought.
That's what the fuck I thought. I'm gonna do that a lot. I'm gonna do that a lot in Seattle to people.
Flinch at people. Dude, you'll terrify people out here, bro. People don't look you in the eye. They're so scared. There's a real thing about moving up here. It's called the Seattle Freeze, which means like when you're a new person, everybody in Seattle can tell you're a new person, and they don't talk to you, and it's real as fuck. It's the complete opposite of where we are. My friend Monica Nevi, you know, she does this joke that I'm so mad at her, but it hurts my feelings. Where she talks about how the South, in the Pacific Northwest, they're like cats. Where like, who is that? Oh, I don't care. And then just keeps going. and then the South is like dogs. We're like, hey, what's going on? What are you doing?
That's very true. That's great.
It's a fucking great joke. I'm so mad at her about it. And
don't use that as the as
only the YouTube audience saw. Yeah, stop. Podcast people.
It used to be the okay sign.
It used to be how Johnny Carson told you had a career, but now all that, when you look back, is very different.
That means you're a dirty cop.
I forget why I was telling you that thing about Monica. The Seattle Freeze. That was the whole thing. Was that it's a real thing. That people like. I got just a kick out of it whenever I moved up here. Whenever I would take there's like a light rail and stuff. Whenever I'd take the light rail into Comedy Underground, I would go out of my way to be like, hey, what's up? Just to watch people crumble. Yeah. Like they would just totally walking down like the sidewalk, just making crazy eye contact with them. Like dude, I don't consider myself like a manly, like tough dude. I'll beat the shit out of everybody here. Like they just don't, like, other than our super fan, Brian Dennis, that works as security. He's the only dude that he could fucking, I'm scared of him, even though I love him, but there's a respect there. Yeah, but other than that, I'm whooping every ass over here. Like it's
Well,
crazy.
I'm
Like
gonna
nobody will
come
make eye
up
contact.
there and I'm gonna slap every man bun and cardigan sweater I see. I'm if you on a unicycle, I'm gonna fuck your whole life up, bro. I'm telling you right now. Let me see one goddamn unicycle up there. It's on. I'm fighting the whole city.
It's over.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited to go up there, and I want to talk real loud, and I want to say y'all a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to make people really uncomfortable. I want to be like the stereotype Louisiana guy if you were watching an action movie from the '80s. Like, I'm gonna put a big wad of chewing tobacco in my mouth. It's gonna run down my beard. I'm gonna have crawfish in my pocket, in my overall pocket.
Be dressed in shrimp nets.
I'm gonna have those white rubber boots on with my overalls tucked into them and no shirt, and pockets just full of crawfish and moon pies.
That's
what
y'all
know about that Juvenile with a lot.
I feel like that's what people expect me to be whenever they whenever I get announced sometimes they're like, this next guy comes to you all the way from New Orleans, Louisiana. Ladies and gentlemen, Chase Myers. And I walk up there, I'm just like, hey guys, what's up? I saw a dude in breakaway pants and I didn't like it. And that's why I started to like.
The other day on that bayou, I tell you what, now I was running it into that gator jumped over there and bit my dog.
Shoot him!
Shoot him! Stupid fuck.
Oh man, I hated that time period. I hated that time period when all the reality shows about Louisiana was those people, and I just had to explain that we don't all shoot gators and braid our beards. Like that was that was a tough time.
Try being a dude with a big beard around that time. Like
dude.
My beard wasn't as big as it was, but
just constantly get called swamp people.
Oh, you love Duck Dynasty, right? You a swamp guy? You fat swamp fuck.
I know you are, you fat shit. Look at that big old beard and that big old belly. I see it.
You fat swamp fuck.
Goddamn crawdad fell right out your beard.
I got them crawdads for you. I start throwing crawdads like weapons. And I'm going to call them crawdads and goddamn dare one of you Pacific Northwestern fucks to correct me. They're crawdads.
I remember trying to
There's nothing I want more now than to dress like that when I come up there.
You better. I remember trying to explain crawfish holes to Travis, my roommate, 6'9", because I was like, yeah, man, out in my yard, there would just be all these crawfish holes. And he'd be like, in your yard? And I'm like,
I've never thought about having to explain that. Yeah.
Yeah, and me either. It didn't even it was him and another comic. I was
you take bologna or hot dogs and you try to get them to come out. Yeah.
You fucking take a golf club and just have fun. Just fucking knock them all over the place.
Yeah.
just fucking pick them up, throw them at the weird kid. Like, yeah, that's what you did.
You shit inside of them and then dare the dumb kid to kick it. And then when he kicks it and it explodes, it's also your shit.
Yeah, but it was the first time. It was the first time I had to.
We play for keeps.
It was the first time I had to think about why they were just in my backyard.
I've never thought of that.
Yeah, because he was like, "Well, I mean, did you grow up around did you live in a swamp?" I'm like, "No, I lived in a neighborhood." And I was like, well, "How the fuck did they?" And then I was like, "Oh, all the rain and it's below sea level and it just flooded all the time. The ditches and shit would pour out."
Then you start feeling dumb. And you're like, I guess I am swamp people. Am I swamp people?
A swamp people? God.
Am I a swamp people? We be swamp people?
Is I a swamp people?
Do I chew them?
I chewed them. I do chew them.
I'm gonna chew myself. Oh, goddamn. When I first joined the military and moved to North Carolina, there was a lot of explaining. Like, basically, when people find out you're from Louisiana, they're like, explain yourself.
Right, yeah. What's up?
I want to hear it right now. And it was a lot of so you just live Mardi Gras 24/7. Like, no.
Nah, man, I got a
ride.
job and like, responsibilities, and
No,
that's
man,
only
with
like
their streets and stuff. We have cars.
yeah, yeah. um,
They would call it, but they would call it the Deep South because North Carolina people considered themselves the South. And so they would
right.
call it, and dude, I would get offended. Well, you're from the Deep South. And I'm, whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
God damn, I got a mother. Whoa. Gee, oh.
You just
My
say that
God.
to people?
You just walk around with that in your mouth? Good Lord.
Wow. Wow.
Woo.
Some
Jesus.
people. I mean,
Wait till I get a hold of Uncle Sam telling him about your mouth. Woo. You can get deported.
I had noticed after I moved out, a lot of times whenever I introduce myself, I always have to say I'm from Louisiana because people hear me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always just like identify, like I'll tell a story and be like, I'm from Baton Rouge and blah blah blah, and like I'm just always throwing it in. And then I started to note like Travis pointed it out that I'm always having to like throw that into stuff, and I started to notice like on TV when I watch a documentary or whenever I just watch, like anybody that is from Louisiana does that. I know, like they all like immediately have to like explain themselves of like, let me tell you this story. Well, first off, for the story
you
to
need
make
to
sense,
know this about me.
I'm from Louisiana. All right, here you go. So my stepdad was wrestling this crawdad, right?
And he said, shoot him. And I said, is we swamp people?
Is we swamp people? And then the crawdad fucking tipped over his bateau right into the swamp. Right into the swamp.
And Boosie was playing on my boat. Wipe me down.
That's right. I talked about that before too. How many people I like had like a Boosie moment where like, because I grew up in like the peak of like Boosie covers such a wide range of people.
One
like
song.
Yeah, like the like
Wipe Me Down as a Boosie song?
Yeah. It's got that weird history. It was this dude Fox, who's another Baton Rouge rapper. It was his song first, but Boosie's the one with a name, and so then it just like became Boosie's song when they remixed it, and like,
gotcha.
Like that was the way to get Boosie a hit or whatever. But yeah, no, there's like a wide range, like people from like 15 to 40 or whatever, like fuck with Boosie, and yeah, and so it was like weird when I moved up here, where I like had to start asking people about like, do you know Boosie Badass? Like, are you familiar?
Not anymore,
Boosie?
bro.
Like,
He's straight up canceled, dude. Internet's mad as him.
Dude,
he said somebody's little son can't be a little girl or something.
He's talking about D Wade's kid. Yeah, he's had a couple things. He's like you can't get to him really. It's really funny. Like that shit just rolls off of him because he had like the whole like. D Wade's kid is trans, and she came out as trans, and D Wade posted this whole thing about how he supported her and loves his child and wants his child to be who she is.
Like a fucking father should be.
Right. Well, she's like 12, and so Boosie had this whole like Instagram live thing where he was just like, don't let him, he kept misgendering her, but like, don't let him cut his dick off, he's too young, and like he's not old enough to make that decision, and he was like all this like I'm upset with D Wade thing, and so he got like a lot of heat for that, and then he like also bragged about he like paid a prostitute to give his 15-year-old a blowjob, so he grew up to be a man. And then he have a whole
bunch he has a whole bunch of kids, like there's a whole bunch of
he's got like 7. Yeah, he's got like 7 or something like that. And all of his baby mamas are friends. It's fucking hilarious. they all know each other. Apparently, a couple years ago, they tried to get like a reality show, Boosie's fucking baby mamas or whatever, and it was gonna be.
Oh, that's what it's called, Boosie's fucking baby mamas or whatever.
Yeah, that was it.
Bro, reality shows used to fuck me up. Did you?
Yeah.
Did you watch a lot of TV back in the reality era?
In the early, I got out of it whenever it was like peaks, like the stuff, like once it got to like Jersey Shore and stuff like that, then I was over it. But I was there for the early like all the love shows on VH1 or whatever, the fucking Rock Love and Flavor Flav show and all that. Like I was there for those, and then I didn't follow it much. I watched some Real World and stuff, but Yeah, I
Oh man, I
definitely.
watched like the first like 15, 16, every Real World. I was like, I gotta fucking watch it. I watched all of them, and I used to watch like all the love ones, like the VH1, and I liked all the celebrity ones. But then it started to get depressing to find out like what celebrities you think you like or really like.
Yeah.
Like, then oh man, but Flavor Flav was really disappointing to find out. Just to see him on a reality show was just sad, and I didn't like it. I had a whole reason I brought this up, and I don't remember what it was now. But it
Were
was
you gonna
about
talk
reality
about?
shows.
Were you gonna talk about 90 Day Fiance again?
Oh, dude, I can talk about 90 Day Fiance and Dateline. So,
Just
all
cue
right,
him up.
look. All right, so, do you ever watch Dateline? Do you know what I'm talking about? Dateline is just like
Yeah.
investigative murder porn.
Yeah.
All right, so it's one of my favorite things to watch. It makes my dick so wet to watch shows about other spouses murdering each other or whatever. And I found out Dateline has a podcast,
Oh shit.
and so on the streaming services, Dateline still does the commercial like we'll be right back after this, and then it does the music, and then it immediately does the music again. It's like, well, now we're back to whatever because there are no commercials on the streaming. The podcast does the exact same thing. It's like somebody just like your mom recorded the Dateline for you, and it's playing it in your ear while you're asleep, and it's the greatest thing in the world to listen to when you're falling asleep. But
Yeah.
Zoe was having a nightmare the other night, so she came and got in the bed with me, and I was listening to a Dateline in my ear, and I guess my headphones turned off. And so I roll over, and it's like 3 in the morning, and I hear, and that's when he slit her throat and dumped her body in the bathtub. And I'm like, oh man. And I roll over, and I roll face to face, nose to nose with my beautiful 5-year-old daughter going, and her eyes are as big as like a fucking basketball's. And I was like, oh, have you been awake for a while? She's like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm different now. I learned a
I'm
lot
different
tonight.
now. She just had
I'm
big
just
ol' eyes.
I'm gonna go back to my room. I'm just gonna go back to my bed. Like, it was a more simple time in my room. I'm gonna go back there.
You
I've been
grew up real fast.
this is gonna sound like I like literally yesterday got into audiobooks. Have you
Greatest
listened to
shit.
audiobooks?
Dude, I listen to
I
audiobooks.
can't believe
Every day of my life, I listen to an audible.
I cannot believe how long it took me to get. I mean, I've been listening to podcasts since they fucking started.
Mhm.
I can't believe how long. It's so much easier than reading. What the fuck was I ever doing reading a book? I can't wait. And by the way, I'm not telling people that I'm listening to audiobooks. I'm just gonna one day be like, I read 20 books this month. Like, I'm just gonna drop. I have 8 hours of walking around a warehouse whenever I'm not being a fucking rock star, and that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to just listen to all of them.
So when I was in X-ray school, in 2012, 13, something like that, I started listening to podcasts because our clinicals were like 2 or 3 hour drives away. So I got you are the reason I listen to podcasts because I was obsessed with the Carlos Mencia, Joe Rogan thing. And so I listened to Rogan's podcast and Marin's and everybody's about it. And that's how I found podcasts. But it's hard to find a 3 hour podcast, or it was at the time. So then I ran out of everything that I was listening to. So I downloaded Audible. And then I stopped. And now that I'm home all day with the kids and they have a choice about what they watch on TV, I've started listening to, I keep one earpod in all the time to listen to podcasts. And I've listened to every podcast I like, every episode multiple times. So now it's just, right now I'm super into baseball, books about baseball and drugs in the 80s and 70s.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we've been texting about that. Yeah.
I'm so excited that because if you have Audible, I can send you, I have books I want to send you.
So listen to this. There's a one of my coworkers threw me onto this. There's an app called Libby or something like that, and it's
library.
Like, it's yeah. And so I just I have a library card because I I read and used to,
fucking
and
right.
I never will ever again. It's over. I've read my last book. It's good to know. It's good to know that I fit. It was Jerry Seinfeld's shitty "Here's All My Jokes" book, but that's my last book I'm reading. I just put in my library card number, and then it's like, here's everything. You just fucking click what you want, and it's free. Like I didn't pay shit for it or whatever. Like, is Audible free?
No, Audible is not free. I have the Libby thing too. The library out here, St. Tammany. It's awesome. You can also you can get movies through it too, I believe. You can watch movies on your phone.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Or computer or whatever,
I've been lately on this. So a couple weeks ago, I started that weird like video about Eddie Murphy because I went and watched his old Tonight Show thing.
It's not weird. It's a good video.
Well, I just meant that it was weird that I just suddenly decided to start piecing together all this Eddie Murphy footage.
You were just a documentary filmmaker all of a sudden. Yeah, that was weird.
For a weekend, I was so.
This is what I do now.
I changed my Twitter bio to documentarian / comedian / producer / DJ. Like I went for it. Like
/ DJ.
Yeah, I've been spinning on the ones and twos lately, and
good
so
for you.
I just want to try it all. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. Man. Entertain the masses.
I watched all that, which then led me on a fucking rabbit hole of like I'm so fascinated with Johnny Carson, and like led me into this Johnny Carson thing, and then for Wondery, the podcast company or whatever, like they network. They have this show called Business Wars, and
what is it?
It's called Business Wars, and they just like here's Coke, here's Pepsi, here's how Coke started, here's how Pepsi started, here's how their rivalry went, here's all the stuff they did, and it's like that. And it just so fucking happened that they started doing one on the Late Night Wars, and so there was like a 6-episode thing about the transition from Carson with the rivalry between Letterman and Leno, and then from Leno to Conan, and it's that whole thing. And so I listened to that. So
literally listening to the audio book. You bought me that book for my birthday or something, the Late Night book, and I never read it, but I am listening to the audible of it now.
Which one are you listening to, the Conan or the Leno one?
I think it's called the Late Night War, the War for Late Night.
Yeah, so that's the one about Conan taking over the Tonight Show.
I think it's the one it's the one you bought me. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. The War for Late Night. Where is it? Because I said that now.
What year did it come out? I guess that's because he did one in like in the 90s about Leno taking over the Tonight Show, and then he did this new one about when Conan took over, and then had it taken back from him.
Hold on.
But because of all of that, because of, I mean, you still look, but because of listening to that, then I was like, oh yeah, I fucking love those books, and I've always wanted to go back and read them. But now I don't have to do it, and in like 2 days, I listened to the fucking book because I've just been at work for the last 2 days, and yeah, it's amazing. I
have the War for Late Night and the Late Shift.
Okay, the Late Shift is the first one. That's the one. And that one's not available on the Libby app. That's the one I want to listen to because listen to what Jay Leno did in that one. They gave him the Tonight Show, which was already a problem. His first like year or so, he's struggling with ratings. And so they're thinking, oh, maybe we made a mistake. We need to go give it to Letterman before Letterman leaves and goes to CBS, which is what he eventually did. And Leno fucking hides in the closet of like the fucking executives like room or whatever and listens in on them doing their like conference call where they're comparing. They're like, okay, this is I'm dead serious. This is they're like, this is what Letterman does, this is what he brings to the table, this is what Leno does. If we get out of this contract with Leno, this will happen, this and all this stuff. And Leno's taking notes, and then he calls them up like the next day or whatever and goes, hey, so I know this and this. And they start panicking because he knows like all their like talk about maybe replacing him with Letterman and shit like that. And it literally like, yeah, it literally like spooked them, and it like gave them like a reason not to change it because they thought Leno was about to come like sue him and stuff like that.
Leno is as much a dirtbag as you think he is.
Yeah, and so Leno's a complicated dude, bro. Like because part of him is like this like
denim, cars, and fucking Conan O'Brien. That's what he does. I know that. That's all I need to know about him.
You're actually not that far off. That is pretty much his life. But like he's like,
and he was a WCW for a couple pay-per-views.
By the way, hilariously, whenever you listen to the second one, the one about Conan, they mentioned that Leno did it, and they say WWF, and I was like, it was WCW. I like yelled it out loud.
You dumb shits!
You dumb shits! He didn't wrestle for WWF. It was WCW.
You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
So the whole book lost credibility with me.
I'm done now.
But yeah, so that I wanted to hear that story again, but that one wasn't available. But I just listened to. I literally have like an hour left to finish the one about Conan getting the Tonight Show and then losing it. That one I'm so much more connected to because I lived through. Because like
Mhm.
I mean, one of my biggest goals in life, and it's tough because I don't know if it's going to be able to happen now. But like, I want to do a Conan set. Like
Right.
like that's a big thing for me. Is I would he is my Letterman. He is my Carson. You know what I'm saying, of my generation. And his show's going to end at the end of this year in the next couple months, and then he's going to go to HBO Max and do like a weekly thing. It's just one night, so I don't know if he's still going to be having comics on and
That's a
stuff like
bummer.
that. So it is. It really bums me out.
I've never been a big late night guy. I remember my dad watching Carson and Leno more so than Letterman. But I
Yeah.
remember even at a young, like I knew Letterman was supposed to be like Letterman was the cooler one that you want. But
Right.
the ones I did watch were Conan. I've always thought Conan was funnier.
I,
His sketches, the year 2000, the lever that plays Walker Texas Ranger, like it's that shit.
yeah.
It's just hilarious. And
Yeah.
then I
It's
got really
so
into him when I found out
silly.
about him writing for The Simpsons.
Hmm.
That was the first. That was my. I have a Simpsons audiobook about that. That was my first. Like, wait a minute, Conan O'Brien wrote
Yeah.
for The
That.
Simpsons, and then I fell into that whole thing.
Yeah, he wrote that Marge and the Monorail episode, which is
Mhm.
like considered one of the best episodes on the series.
His documentary where he goes back to his college and does stand up. I forgot what it's called. Do you know what I'm talking about?
After the
Uh,
Tonight Show, like whenever he lost the Tonight
yes,
Show
in
and then was
between.
about to
Yeah, yeah.
start, yeah, when he went on that tour with Reggie Watts and stuff,
Yes,
yeah,
fucking great. I love that. Love it. And the video when he first came back to show on TBS and they did that little mini movie where he gets murdered. Do you remember that?
yeah,
God damn it. I've watched that several. Like that's a funny internet video that I just go to watch sometimes. When they slide the money across the table and he opens up and it says less, and then he opens up more and it says
much
much less.
less. Yeah. I can remember being like a 10, 11 year old, like a child, a child, and like during the summer, like just getting to stay up all night and stuff. And I can
Mhm.
remember like I would be flipping through the channels because it was still that time or whatever where you just
Yeah.
flip through, and every fucking time that I would get to Conan, it would stop me. I don't think I even understood like the jokes or anything like that. I was just like this fucking dude, like, and yeah, I would watch,
I
I would
loved
watch all that
him
stuff.
and him and Andy's chemistry. And then I've
Yeah.
always because of that I've anything Andy Richter's done I've watched or listened to because I just think he's hilarious. One of the best recurring bits in Arrested Development is Andy Richter.
Yeah. But yeah, I've been listening to that, and so I've just had all this like late show like Carson like knowledge going on in my brain for the last like couple weeks. But yeah, I'm loving the audiobook thing. I'm gonna be so fucking pretentious about how many books I read. It's oh my god.
My goal for 2021 and so far I'm on point has been to read a book a week and like an
Mhm.
actual like a real book. It's so far I'm on point with it and I always have been, but boy do I feel superior to just everybody.
Yeah, it's
When
just
people like a guy jumped in my parking space, like I was waiting to pull into a spot and this guy kind of whipped into it and I rolled the window down and was like, "How many fucking books have you read?" And then he just got out and went and moved his car. He's like, "You know what? You're
yeah.
right."
He knew.
And he
He
moved
was
his
like, "You're
car.
absolutely right." Yeah, that's the type of respect you deserve, sir. Okay, because you put in the work. But yeah, all right, man. I mean, we're at an hour. I feel good.
You know what? I think that America is not ready for us to do a 4-hour episode of this podcast.
Let's save it.
Dude, all right. So look, Justice League is coming up.
The Snyder Cut will come out. Yeah.
I want to get done with this, and I want to watch the Snyder Cut. And I'm in a real. I ate that edible thing that I talked about earlier, and then I just drank. I got this new pre-workout, and I just drank it before the show, and then I got real energetic, so I started smoking to fix that, and now it's not good. It's not good. I'm I'm gonna go write some great comedy. We're gonna have to edit all
Is
that
that
out.
I was about to say, is that you wrapping up the show? Is that how we're wrapping?
No, that's just me rambling because I had too much energy. Oh, okay. No, here we'll get ready to wrap up the show. I'm not drinking Bang energy drinks anymore because it has become a habit of mine. To whenever there's like a little sip left, I let Henry take it, just like a swig of it. He thinks it's a big treat. Well, yeah, like when I'm done with the can, about to crush it, he takes it and gets a swig of it, and I let him carry around the empty can because it's whenever we would go out into the world because it's funny to watch strangers see a 2-year-old carrying a Bang energy can and then they judge me. It's really funny. But yesterday I saw him pick up a can on the TV tray by the couch, the can I had been drinking out of earlier, and I was like, "Oh, that's empty. It doesn't even matter." And then I watched him pick it up and turn it up, and then turn it up. And turned up, and I was like, "Oh, I just opened that." And he took like 6 gulps of a Bang. Nah, not 6, but like a couple of big swallows of a Bang. And I was like, "Okay, well, I'm not gonna tell Michelle until I make sure he survives it." And bruh, I watched. He was sitting there watching his TV, and then he was kicking his feet. And then he was like moving this way. And then he was chasing the dog with a broom. Like immediately just run across the yard, chasing the dog with a broom. And the second he was done, he was asleep. Came in the house, he was like, because he's real animated, so whenever he's tired, he goes, whoo, and like wipes his hand across his forehead in his real exaggerated sighs. And he climbed up on my lap, and I was about to tickle his stomach and say, "Hey buddy, hi," and he was already asleep. And I was like, "Oh, I think he's in a coma now."
Yeah, I think his heart gave out on him. I think.
So he survived it. I checked. I checked with his father-in-law, and who was a doctor, and said, he's going to be fine. And he survived, so it's no big deal. He does like to get his pump on, and he's got a real tight fade haircut now, and he wears a lot of Axe body spray. But
hey, he just fucking pulls out fiber optic cables whenever he feels like it.
Right. Ah! We're gonna cut all this
jacked up on Bang.
I just realized I can't tell the goddamn internet my toddler drank an energy drink. Hey, I told you shitheads, but you keep that between us, all right? That's how this works. You don't snitch on me, and we keep having fun. You snitch on me, all this ends. And then Chance will do a show just for us.
Yeah. Bye.
And